Good morning, students. Today in this lecture we will discuss about the upthrust. You know that liquid exert pressure. If a piece of cork is dropped into water, it will quickly pop up toward the surface of the water. This is because the liquid exert a force on object immersed in them. This upward force that the liquid exerts on object immersed in them is called the buoyant force or upthrust, and this phenomenon is known as buoyancy. Thus, the upward force experienced by a body when partly or wholly immersed in a liquid is called the upthrust or buoyant force. You might have noticed, student, that when when a piece of cork or a plastic or a tube, okay, filled with air, if you try to put them inside the water, water exert an upward force. This upward force excuse me, is known as buoyant force or upthrust, and the phenomenon is known as buoyancy force. You might have noticed that it is easier to lift a heavy object when it is under water than when it is in the air. This is due to the upward force of the water. Excuse me. Now you might have noticed, if you have ever tried to pick any object, okay, or heavy object, when it is inside the water you will feel that it is lighter as compared to when it is out of the water. The reason behind is that the weight of the object, which always act downward. Now weight is also a force, a type of force, okay. So weight is a type of force which exert toward the center of the earth. That means it will always exert toward the downward direction, okay. So weight will try to pull it down, but the upward force or the buoyancy force or the upthrust, okay, it will try to pull it up. Yes, so that is the reason that we feel that it is easier to lift an heavy object when it is under the water, okay. See here an interesting experiment or demonstration given. Okay, take an empty can and close its mouth with air tight stopper. So you can take an empty can and um, close its mouth, okay, with air tight stopper, and then try to put it inside the water. You will see that it is very difficult to push the can into the water. Why? Due to the upthrust or the upward force. Now weight of an object when it is immersed in a liquid is apparent and not actual. Apparent means it is a false weight. Okay, it is not the actual weight of the object. Okay, it is not the actual weight of the object. Why it is not the actual weight of the object? Because of the upthrust. Okay, the weight of an object in liquid is called is apparent weight. So whatever the weight you are getting of an object inside the liquid, actually it is a false weight. It is the apparent weight of that object. So what is apparent weight formula? Apparent weight is equal to actual weight minus upthrust. Okay. When an object is immersed in a liquid, the object is acted upon by the two forces. So whenever you immerse any object in a liquid, two type of force will act onto it. First one, the earth's gravitational force which act downward. It is this force which makes the object heavy, okay. And second one is the upthrust or the buoyant force of the liquid which acts upward. So the weight of the body will always act downward, that is the due to the earth's gravitational pull. Yes, whereas upthrust or the buoyant force will always act upward in the liquid. Now what are the factors? Now who discovered the concept of upthrust buoyancy? It is the famous scientist Archimedes. Okay. Factor affecting upthrust. The upthrust on a body depends on the two factors. Number one, the volume of the body submerged in a liquid. The space occupied by an object is called is volume. Yes, so how much space an object is occupying, that is known as its volume. The larger the volume of the body submerged in a liquid, the greater is its upthrust. So more the volume is, so more you will see the upthrust is also there. For example, say if you take a small piece of iron nail, you will see, okay, its volume is very less. Whereas a huge sheet of iron whose volume is far greater, okay, it displaces more amount of water and experience more upthrust. So more the volume mean more will be the upthrust, okay, and smaller the volume, less will be the upthrust. Here an interesting picture is given, a boy dropping a bunch of feather and a stone from the same height. Now from the picture you can understand that the volume of the feather is greater than that small stone. So that is the reason, okay, that air exert upthrust more in case of feather, and so the feather will fall slowly, whereas the stone will fall immediately, because the stone volume is less, so it will experience less upthrust. Take a bunch of feather and stone of the same mass as shown in the figure. Allow both of them to fall from the same height. You will notice that the stone fall faster than the bunch of the feather. The reason is that the upthrust due to the air excuse me, on the stone is less than that of the bunch of feather, because the volume of the stone is less than that of the bunch of feather. So what did we understand? We understood that if the volume is more, then upthrust will be also more, both in case of air as well as liquid. Second factor is the density of the liquid in which the body is submerged. Now the second factor is very important. Why? Because the density of the liquid in which the body is submerged, that also matter. Okay, now mass per unit volume is called the density, already I told you in the previous lecture. The larger the density of the liquid, the greater is the upthrust it exerts on the body, which means if the density of that liquid is more, then it will again exert greater upthrust. Clear? Okay, so the second factor says that if the density is more, upthrust will be also more. For example, see, this is the reason that an iron nail floats in mercury. You have seen mercury? Yes, mercury is a liquid metal at room temperature, whose density is far greater than water, right? So what happened? You see that iron nail floats in mercury, yeah, but it sinks in water because the density of the mercury is greater than that of the water. Okay, so the second point says that if the density of the liquid is more, then what will happen? Then upthrust will be also more. The third factor, acceleration due to gravity. See, dear students, every object, okay, due to the earth's gravitational pull, they move toward the center of the earth and they are accelerated. When you throw some object there, they move toward the earth with an accelerated motion. This is known as acceleration due to gravity, okay, and we represent it with the small g. Okay, so if the earth's gravitational pull is more, then the weight will be also more. Okay, so today I will teach you till here. Please watch the video again and again, pause it wherever, okay, and then you watch it time and again and learn the concept. Thank you.